Hi everyone, so I completely forgot to vlog. No, I didn't forget. I couldn't find the camera. I had to look it up where I put this yesterday. But we had a busy morning this morning, so I wish I brought the camera with me. But we went to the midwife and I gained 200 grams. And she's like, "Oh, you gained something." And I'm like, "Really?" And then I checked and it was like only 200 grams, so that wasn't too bad. It's probably the keys I kept in my pocket. And then we found the baby's heartbeat and it was 163 or 64, something like that. So that was good. And basically we talked about my back problems. I have a lot of backache a lot of the time. Like, basically I'm very aware of the nagging sensation in my lower spine. And if I do too much, it turns into like really sharp pain. And sometimes I can't even sleep anymore and my shoulders start hurting and it's just really not fun. And she immediately started talking about taking some sick days. And I was like, I only work 2.5 days a week and it's enough to pay the bills. But that's it. Like, it doesn't leave that much room for me to work any less, even if Rob is working more now. So, especially now since he wants to save up a lot of money. So that was difficult. Definitely not fun, but okay. And then we went and we got some things. Like, we got Logan some onesies and we went and looked for a maternity winter coat and I found one, but it wasn't in the right store that I didn't have coupons for. I know that the store that I do have coupons for sells it online. So I'm going to look up if I can use it like that. Because that way I would only have to pay $50 and else I would have to pay $120. Big difference. So yeah. Either way. Then we went to Rob's doctor, which was really annoying. Rob has a thyroid issue, so we went to the doctor that does thyroids and livers and kidneys. That doctor. And Rob was diagnosed with Graves' disease, I think 3 years ago, 3 years almost ago. And it just means that his thyroid is working way too fast and he had a lot of symptoms of that. And, you know, it has no reason. It's just, you just have it or you don't. And at that point, he got tablets. 3 years ago, he got medicine for it, tablet versions, capsules. And there was no, like, side effects or anything that was very concerning for the people around him. Now we had to be checked up where the Graves' disease is done because it is self-limiting. But it could go on for 10 years. And the longer it goes on, the more damage it does to your body. So you need to kind of put it back into a passive stage and not into an active stage. Now it was supposed to be passive, and it turns out it was actually active. I don't notice anything different about Rob. His regular symptoms are gone, or his symptoms he had, they didn't return. So we didn't expect him to get a positive result on the Graves' disease again. But his levels should be below 24, and they were 34. So he definitely is well on his way to getting Graves again. And the doctor opted for, he doesn't want Rob to be back on the tablets again. He wants him to take a radioactive barium, I think. I think you guys call it barium. Barium shot. Problem with that is, and that's immediately what the doctor said, you have to stay away 2 to 3 weeks away from small children. Anyone under 10, you need to stay away from them. And I was like, oh my god, I cannot take care of Logan for 2 weeks on my own. You know, that's going to be horrible. You need to stay 2 to 3 meters away from that person. Yeah, our house is big, but not that big. So that would mean that Rob has to stay somewhere else. That means I'm on my own for 2 to 3 weeks. And then I like looked at the doctor and I was like, but I'm pregnant. Can he be around me? And the doctor's like, no. Definitely no. You need to be away from him. So you guys can even be in the same house because you'll use the same bathroom as him, which would expose your like downside, lady parts, to the radioactive junk that your husband might be peeing out. And might be teeny tiny residue. That's so dangerous for an unborn baby. So yeah, obviously that's scary. And I cried. I really did because I don't know like I was so panicked, like how we're gonna do this. And the doctor was like opting like, oh, we could wait a year and just let you be on the tablets for another year, and then start the radioactive junk. And I was like, well, that leaves me with 2 under 2 for 2 to 3 weeks on my own, while I should be recovering from birth or while I'm just back at work. that's not gonna work either. So either way, as we went back, it's like, go figure it out for yourself. For now, he's on the tablets, and as soon as you can figure out a way how to do it, call me back, let me know, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let me start off by saying that I have the best support system ever. Not only are my parents willing to take me and Logan in their home for 2 to 3 weeks and help me take care of my son and myself while my husband drinks some sort of radioactive goo, but my father-in-law was so super kind this afternoon to, on the spur of the moment, pick up Logan and take care of him for 3.5 hours with no preparation. Like, we gave him diapers, but we didn't give him anything else. Like, no food, no drinks, no cups, no nothing. And he took care of him. And I just called to let him know that I was back up, because he took him, because I was completely drained. I could only cry. And Rob had to go to work, and I could only cry, because Rob went to work yesterday afternoon with his dad. And then when he got back, he had to immediately go to his work. And in the meantime, Logan didn't sleep, and I needed my sleep. I was on the verge of getting a migraine. Like, you know, if you have a migraine yourself, if you ever have that, you know, it starts off with this really throbbing headache on one side, or at least it does for me. And I've been having that since yesterday evening, and I've been trying to, like, take care of myself and drinking enough and don't expose myself to too much light or too much busyness or anything like that, just to keep it on a down low. But if you can't take your nap and if you're pregnant, that's horrible, people. Especially if you had a rough night and you had an early morning, and I couldn't keep any food down, and all I could do was cry. I feel like I was crying because I felt like the worst mom ever for Logan. Not to mention that at some point, he just wanted to have fun, you know? He was done being tired, and he didn't want to sleep anymore, and what's that? Something in my eye. Tears? No, it's something else. You can tell, it's kind of red. I was just crying, and I never have been mean in my life to Logan. Like, my mom was very abusive to us, and I tried to not be that towards Logan. I felt like I was very abusive. Like, at some point, he pulled on my hair, and I literally slapped at him. Like, I just, like, thankfully, I didn't even, like, I completely missed and, like, only hit, like, the top of my finger onto his head. But it was horrible. I felt like, and I just started bawling my eyes out because he was totally laughing because he still thought it was funny. But I was crying because I felt like such a bad mom. And then Rob came home and he saw me, like, Logan running around in a diaper that was about to let loose, because I couldn't tidy it up because the diaper next to him that I took off was so smelly and poopy and everything. And he saw me, like, bawling my eyes out on the couch, and everything was a mess. And he was like, I have to go to my work right now. I'm like, you can. He's your son too, and I'm going to bed, and I don't care what you do with him. I was over it, people. I think it was my check for the last 4 to 5 days that I have not been taking care of myself the way I should have. Not been taking my naps, not been being able to take the rest that I need. Because I do everything right now, even because Rob is working so much. And obviously we need the cash and it's awesome, but it really is taking a toll on my body. And it is just proved this afternoon that if this goes wrong, like if I can't take that nap, or if I can't, I don't know, can't keep food down or anything like that, I just break down. I broke down. And Rob called his dad and he was like, Dad, Liz is kind of through it right now. Like, she just needs a really long nap and, like, a good shower, because I did take a shower. You know, just have some recover time before she can take care of Logan. Can you take care of him for, like, a couple of hours? And he's like, yeah, sure. And he was like, within 10 minutes, he picked Logan up. He picked him up, so he didn't even have to bring him there. And I just called, like, let him know, like, I really, like, I had a good nap and blah, blah, blah. And, like, how are you guys doing over there? I was like, oh, yeah, I bought some syrup for him, and he's drinking out of his cup, and that I bought for him, and I bought him some cauliflower or something else, and I'm just about to make it for him. Do you want me to give it back to you so I can bring him home, or do you mind me feeding him? Because I like to feed him. And I was like, no, you can just, you know, give him there. And then he's like, okay, and then I'll bring him back. And I'm like, don't I have to pick him up? He's like, no, I'll bring him back. I'm like, that's so awesome. So I still have about 20 minutes just for myself, which is really nice. Guess who's home? I picked up Chinese, and it's actually in the oven. You're so sweet, huh? Oh my god. I was like, thank you to my father-in-law. He was like, we had so much fun. This kid is the best kid. Like, seriously, he's better than Robin, his brother, were. So I got my Chinese still covered and everything in here. I'm not gonna eat that until this one goes night-night, because else I have to share them. He, accordingly to his grandpa, already ate a full dose. Full baby. Yeah, you have this one. These are yours. A full package of baby food with cauliflower and ham and cheese, huh? This one is mommy's. But with the Chinese, you always get this. It's this fried, kind of like a cookie kind of, made of shrimps and crab and I don't know. It's really tasty. You like it too, huh? So I gave him a few pieces. And then we're just gonna watch the news. See if I can aim this. So we're just gonna watch the news together and then I'm gonna go put a night night. And the poor man, like his grandpa brought him over and he was like, well, is it my fault? Did I ask too much from Rob? Like, should he be home more for you? And I'm like, no, that's not the case at all, because trust me, we could use that money and Rob really likes working for his father. So, but it's just that I had a really tough week. I put way too much on my own plate that I shouldn't be doing, and if Logan doesn't nap and something happens to me, I'm just done. And he's like, oh, because I really would hate for me to be the case, but if this works, I mean, that's fine, you know, if I can need to take him once or twice a week like this, that's how we do it. So I'm not gonna actually do it, but maybe once in a while would be nice. Huh, little joker. You gonna dance? Dance, booty. Dance, Logan, dance. You're so cute. Oh, my news program starts again. Love yous. Mwah.
Over de tijd dat zij de 5 uur show presenteerde. Triggerde bij mij ineens een herinnering die ik jarenlang verstond.
Papa. It's not Papa, it's Mama. Where's the baby? Daar is de baby. Oh, in de buik. 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 Oh, you smell like burpees of ham and cheese and cauliflower. Blah. He literally just burped in my face. It was so gross. I love you though. Give me cuddles. Oh wow, gross. Give me cuddles. We're almost done, okay? Say love you.